Okay, apologies for technical difficulties. We're still working this out tonight. Hopefully, this is going to work. I'm going to find out in a minute before I say anything else. Okay, Shabbat Shalom. Sorry about those technical difficulties. For those of you who didn't give up, you were watching me move my lips with no sound. I feel terrible. And so for the third time, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. Tonight, it's Shabbat and the second day of Shavuot. There are two major changes from a regular Friday night service. The first is we skip most of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lecha Dodi, Mizmor LeDavid, Shir L'Adonai, because you're meant to be doing extra preparations for the Chag, for the holiday. So we're going to start with page 19, Psalm 92. But you can also use Sim Shalom tonight, and we're going to be on page 266. And I tell you that because the Amidah, and that's the second change, is different. It's the festival Amidah, and we don't have that in Shirat Avraham, the prayer book we use here. Once again, announce, if you want one of these at your house, let me know. You can arrange to pick up at my house, or if you're watching from afar, we'll figure out a way to mail it to you. All right. So, page 19, Psalm 92, or page 266, in Sim Shalom. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot le'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. Continue silently. Tzadik tamar yifrach, Kerez balvanon yisge shetulim, beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu, od yenuvun beseva, Deshenim verananim yiyu lehagid, Ki yashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatabo. Adonai malach kiot lavesh, lavesh Adonai osit azar, aftikon tevel baltimo, lachon kisachal meaz, me'om ata, nasu nerot Adonai, nasu nerot kolam, yisu nerot ohyam. Mikolot mayim, mayim rabim adirim, mishpereyam, adir bamarom Adonai. Edotecha ne'emnu me'od leveit Anava, Kodesh Adonai, Leorech Yamim. All right, we jump to Mariv Aravim on page 23. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro Mariv Aravim. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. mitzvot, chukim umishpatim, otanu limadtam, tanu limadtam. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofbenu, kumeinu nesiach b'chukecha, v'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu be'orech yameinu, u'vahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla. Be'vatecha al tasir imenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael. El Melech Naaman, page 25. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu totafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha. Continue silently, pages 27 through 29. L'man tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim lechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem eretz Mitzrayim leot lachem le'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai Elohechem emet. Mochuto b'atzon k'lehem, Moshe v'nei Yisrael chanashra b'simcha rabah v'yamru kulam, page 32. Page 32, Micha Mocha. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norat hilot osef ele, norat hilot osef ele. Machalechu b'chara'u v'necha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, ze Elianu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. ונאמר כפרנת יעקב, גדול וחזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. שכיבנו לאלוהינו לשלום. An extra prayer for peace found in the Hashkivenu. spread over us the sukkah of your peace, the shelter of your peace. Ufros aleinu sukkot, sukkot, shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukkot, sukkot, shlomecha. Yalai, lalai, yalai, lalai, 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 yalai, lalai, yalai, lalai, 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 ufros aleinu sukkot, Baruch atah Adonai, Borei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, V'al Yerushalayim. Page 34. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei v'bnei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom ha'shavi shavat v'yinafash, shavat v'yinafash, shavat v'yinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. All right, we now turn to the Amidah. It's pages 37 through 48 in Shirat Avraham. However, that's actually not the full Amidah for tonight. The Amidah for festivals, if you happen to have a copy of Sim Shalom or more traditional Siddur, like the Koran Siddur, the Art Scroll Siddur, or something online. In Sim Shalom, it is on page 304. You can, if you don't have that, good time for your own silent meditations and prayers. Normally I would come out of this with Sim Shalom, and I was going to come out with something else today for the festival in particular. Ata vechartanu mikol ha'amim, ahavta atanu veratzita banu, veromamtanu mekol lishonot, vekidashtanu v'mitzvotecha, v'keraftanu malkene avrodecha, v'shimcha hagadol v'kadosh aleinu karata. Ata v'chartanu, ata v'chartanu mikol ha'amim, ahavta otanu veratzita banu, ahavta otanu veratzita banu, veromamtanu mikol ha'leshonot, v'kidashtanu v'mitzvotecha, v'keraftanu malkenu avodatecha, v'keraftanu malkenu avodatecha, v'shimcha kadosh aleinu karata. Ata v'chartanu mikol ha'amim. That means you have chosen us of all nations for your service by loving and cherishing us as bearers of your Torah. You exalted us as a people by adding holiness to our lives with your mitzvot, drawing us near to your service, identifying us with your great and holy name. That is part of the holiday Amidah. All right. American Jewish historical moment. I'm reading out of a book called the Shavuot Anthology. Before there was everything was on the internet in Jewish life. When I was in rabbinical school, when you graduated, when you were ordained, you registered for books, like you register for china and silverware at your wedding. And one of the things that I registered for was a series called the Goodman Anthologies. Rabbi Philip Goodman put together a book for every holiday, which combines the texts, the Talmudic passages on it, the halacha, then Shavuot in poetry, Shavuot in modern prose, Shavuot in medieval Jewish literature, Shavuot in many lands, Shavuot in the short story, the culinary art of Shavuot, children's stories for Shavuot, programs and projects, and more. And so what I'm going to be reading to you today from Shavuot of Many Lands, I'm going to read you about a Shavuot service that took place in Newport, Rhode Island in 1773. And it's written by a minister named Ezra Stiles, who was a guest at this Shavuot service. He later became the president of Yale University. So there's a lot of sort of older stilted language, but it's really, really fascinating. So went to the synagogue. At the reading of the law, I think it says at 9 a.m. There's Roman numerals in it. At reading the law, the rabbi, the visiting Chaim Isaac Karigel of Hebron, he was visiting all the way from Hebron, Israel, was desired and read the 10 Commandments. But before reading the law and the prophets, the rabbi went to the desk of, Tobah, I'm not sure what that refers to, and preached a sermon about 47 minutes long in Spanish. Most of the Jews at that time were Sephardic Jews, so the language of the sermon was in Spanish. It was interspersed with Hebrew. His oratory, elocution, and gestures were fine. It was very animated. He exhorted them not to perplex themselves with traditions and criticisms, but to attend to certain capital points and principal points of religion. He expatiated upon the miseries and calamities of their nation in their present captivity and dispersion, and comforted them under their tribulations by the assured prospect of the Messiah. He exhorted them not to be too discouraged, but persevere. And he showed that calamities and sufferings were not evidence of their being forsaken of God, that adversity and judgments were the common lot of all nations, kingdoms, and countries, and instanced in the desolation made by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius near Naples in Italy, which he said he had seen, and beheld the deluge of liquid matter flowing and carrying all before it, overwhelming villages, houses, people, etc. And yet Christians did not consider this as an evidence against their religion. Neither was the destruction of the temple in the city of Jerusalem by the Romans, and any argument against the truth of the Jewish religion. They were chastised for their sins, but not forsaken of God, who was the common parent of all humanity, while he had chosen Israel as a particular treasure. Then he enlarged with fervor on the divine benevolence, and seemed to be elevated with very sublime ideas of the divine benevolence, mercy, and love, which he converted into an argument for their loving one another, which he earnestly pressed upon them and closed with a serious prayer. The affinity of the Spanish to Latin enabled me to understand something of the discourse, but after all I have but an imperfect idea of it. He wore spectacles through the whole sermon, and frequently looked down on the desk before him as if he had the discourse written, but I don't know that he had any writing. The Jews intend to print it. He was dressed in his fur cap, scarlet robe, green silk damask vest, and a chintz undervest, girt with a sash or Turkish girdle with tzitzit. The Jews don't admire his reading the Ten Commandments, and indeed he speaks off with much greater fluency and ease than he reads, though he reads correctly. There was dignity and authority about him mixed with modesty. After the sermon, 2 rolls of the law were brought forward with great solemnity, and after elevation of the parasang, which is the parsha, including the 20th chapter of Genesis, was read as usual. At reading the 10 Commandments, that's a mistake, it's the 20th chapter of Exodus, but this is what Ezra Stiles wrote. The 10 Commandments, the whole congregation rose up and stood, after which Mr. Rivera's little son, 8 or 9, read the first chapter of Ezekiel. His 8 or 9-year-old son read the Haftarah. Then prayers for all nations, for the Jews, for the king and royal family, for the magistrates of Rhode Island. The law was then returned to the solemn procession, singing the usual psalm, then alms prayers and singing concluded the whole. The synagogue was decorated with flowers. About the time the rabbi began the sermon, which was a few minutes before it's XH, some sort of Roman numeral designation, 3 of the commissioners came in, Governor Wanton and Judge Oliver, and afterwards Judge Aukmoudi, and were seated in the seat of the president of the synagogue. The whole service ended 12:15. So, fascinating the way it was observed by a famous, even though you've never heard of Ezra Stiles. He was a very prominent minister at the time, became president of the university. This was the Touro Synagogue in Newport, Rhode Island. All right, we are going to turn now to the Aleinu. It's on page 57. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגופי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשיבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת, אין עוד. כך כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר וחיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. This time we recall lovingly those whose yortzites, the anniversary of their deaths, occur during the coming week. Thinking especially today of Minna Bakar, Manny Moshe Barcel, Abraham Blumberg, Robert Bornstein, Alan Brodke, Irving Sonnyboy Clark, Lena Cohen, Esther Dvorin, Morris Epstein, Ruth Garfinkel, Abraham Goldenhar, Eleanor Skip Harris, Sarah Hertz, Zelda Jacobs, Meyer Kapler, Fred Nauer, Aaron Cobell, Joan Kramer, Reuben Kronick, Irene Lazar, Martha Lurch, Ruth Manasseh, Morris Morrison, Mr. Mutura Malingam, Rolf Schlesinger, Abraham Silver, Gwyn Simon, Jack Spritzer, J. Dorothy Stanfield, Cecilia Stone, Philip Weinstein. We're in the Shloshim, the 30-day mourning period for Shirley Silver, the mother of Cheryl Silver, and Hannah Rubin, the daughter of Rick and Joan Rubin. We're also very much in the Shiva for George Floyd, not a member of our Jewish community, but certainly affecting the entire American nation, his death. And I'll have more to say about that tomorrow. The memories of all who are with us, we ask all those who are in mourning or observing Yortzeit, as well as anyone else who wishes to join with me in the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. V'Alma Divrach Yerutei v'Amlich Malchutei. V'Chayechon v'Yomechon v'Chayerecho Beit Yisrael. Bagala v'Zman Kariv v'Imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Almaya. Yitbarach v'Yishtabach v'Yitpa'ar v'Yitromam v'Yitnaseh. V'Yitadar v'Yitaleh v'Yitalal Shemei Dekudsha Barichu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimroma. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May the memory of the people you're thinking of right now be a blessing to you always. And let us say, Amen. Some announcements. Tomorrow's services are at 9:30 a.m. They are Shabbat and the second day Shavuot. It will include a reading from the book of Ruth, Hallel, and more. Tomorrow night, Havdalah services from my home, 9 p.m. Sunday night, live auction, celebration of our schools, our preschool, our Beit Sefer. Please come. It's on a Zoom call. If you're a member of the congregation, you have the information. If you want to come and you're not a member of the congregation, contact me. If you have my email address, if you have me as a friend on Facebook, you're welcome to come. It's only going to be about an hour. Broadway star Evan Hansen will be there. His name is Zachary Noah Pizer, and he went to religious school here at Temple Beth Abraham. Lots of other great things. We're honoring our teachers, our GON director for the last 5 years, a teacher for, 9 before that. Jill Rosenthal will be honored as well. So come. It's an important fundraiser, but even if you can't contribute, come anyway. Your presence will be very helpful and appreciated. Annual meeting a week from Sunday. All right, closing song. It's called Dundai, and the words Eretz Yisrael b'li Torah hi keguf b'li nishama. And then you say the same thing, Am Yisrael, which it means the land of Israel, or the people Israel without the Torah is like a body without a soul, in honor of Shavuot. Dundai, 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 Dai. Dundai, 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 Dai. Eretz Yisrael b'li Torah Ikeguf b'li neshama. Eretz Yisrael b'li Torah Ikeguf b'li neshama. Dundai, 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 Dai. Dundai, 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 Dai. Am Yisrael b'li Torah Ikeguf b'li neshama. Am Yisrael b'li Torah Ikeguf b'li neshama. Dundai, 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 Dai. 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 Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.